Hi everyone, thanks for being here and sweet to see folks here in the Zoom room. And we were just chatting about an upcoming retreat. I'll put the link down below in this YouTube recording as well. It's not this weekend, but next weekend in Guelph, Ontario, um, Southern Ontario, and it's with two really amazing teachers, and it's a metta retreat, meaning a cultivation, metta bhavana of loving kindness and uh, caring, friendly awareness to ourselves and to each other and to the world, which we're in desperate need of now and always. So check out that link if you're looking for a retreat. There's, of course, other retreats on the page as well with True North Insight. So tonight, I, it's a weird thing because once you hear it, you're like, yeah, I've heard that before, but I don't know. I heard this term this week and it really jumped out at me. It was something that hadn't really landed for me before, but you may have heard of it, called the attention economy. Attention economy. This is a thing, and I've been reading some articles and it's just rings so true. Yeah. So, and it's amazing to me that this term was coined in 1971, which is that's a long time ago now. Like when you have to enter your birth year into like some website thing and then you're like scrolling. I was born in 61, so I'm like, holy crap, I'm old. So I have this sense like 1971 is that's a while back. And it's amazing that attention economy was coined then, before we had all this madness that we have now of this proliferation of information and input and pulls, constant pulls on our attention. So it was coined by a psychologist and economist named Herbert Simon. Creds to you, Herbert. And imagine that this was something being written about in 1971, and look where we are now. What a mess. And at the time, Herbert was teaching about this over proliferation and access to this wealth of information, which is the light that just fell. I'm going to leave it, which is exponentially more prolific now than it was then. And what attention economy teaches is that information consumes or uses attention, right? That's its currency. Information uses our attention. And so therefore, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. See, the more information that we're being bombarded with and consuming and being pulled is creating a poverty, a deficit of our attention. One of the articles I read, Michael Goldhaber said, "What counts most is what is most scarce now. What counts most is what is most scarce now, and that is namely attention. Attention is this scarce, precious, valuable commodity." Hmm. And our attention, this commodity, this very valuable commodity, is being bought and sold. All this advertising and like you're going to be moving soon, and so you search moving companies on Google, and then of course you get all these pop-ups of like packing boxes and crates and other moving companies and all this stuff. Because it's been bought and sold, your attention, what you're searching is now something that's been sold to some other company who's selling you more stuff. Um, and so this begs the question, how much are we, and are we truly choosing what we're paying attention to? How much of what we're paying attention to is because some company, somebody has told us, hey, check this out. Look at this. Do you need this? I'm pretty sure you need this. Um, Another article about marketing and this whole concept of attention economy said that obtaining attention is obtaining a kind of enduring wealth. They understand this is wealth. It's very valuable, precious resource, and now it's become a commodity. Of course, in the Dharma, we understand that a, a mindfulness practice, the cultivation of awake awareness, is dependent upon, is based on our ability to choose what we're paying attention to. It's a cultivation, it's the strengthening, it's the capacity to direct our attention and to begin again and again and again and again. And this is a very primary foundation of what our practice is. Um, Cultivating our ability to direct our attention to where we have chosen. Yeah, and I've been thinking, about choice, I'm watching my behavior through the day and what I'm looking at, what I'm picking up, what I'm paying attention to, what I'm being fed, and just wondering, like, am I choosing this or is this being sold to me? What things am I getting emails or newsletters for or advertisements for in a news feed because I paused on something too long or actually clicked on it or scrolled or looked at it. It's like, oh, we got you. And then it starts being fed to me. So mindfulness, which is an overused word, wise attention is revolutionary. It is counterculture. It is anti-capitalist to cultivate our own awake awareness that is deciding what we're going to pay attention to. It's a very powerful tool, and a lot of companies and people are working very hard to to make sure we don't exercise that choice, to make sure that we pay attention to what they want us to pay attention to. In the Dharma, there's a term. I don't know if you're interested in Pali. Um, I'll put I'll put the word in Pali down below in the YouTube, and I'll pop it here in the chat because some people may be interested in that. It's called manasikara. Uh, there's a long accent over the second to last A, but that doesn't matter. And then I want to, well, it does matter, but yoniso manasikara is another term that I'm going to talk about for a moment. So these are the manasikara. This is a Pali word, which is a word that the oral tradition, the teachings from the Buddha, were first written down in the written form. As far as we're able to access, that's the lineage, the understanding is that that language is as close to source as we're able to get. So manasikara is a word that means attention. And yoniso manasikara means wise attention. Well, it means more than that, but yoniso, you can hear the root of that word is yoni, and this means womb in the Pali English Dictionary, in Sanskrit, in ancient languages. So what this is pointing to is fixing our attention, directing our attention with purpose, and something in my eye, and attending thoroughly, like to the root, to the origin of something, to see its true nature, to penetrating wisdom that sees how things actually are. This is yoniso manasikara. And again, I believe that it is in a time where we may be feeling, maybe I'm projecting here, feeling powerless, feeling overwhelmed with the state of the world, to pay attention skillfully and intentionally is something we have the capacity to do. And for us to unsubscribe from things, for us to protect our sense doors and decide what we're going to be fed and what we're going to cultivate and attend to, like the retreat I mentioned, the Metta Bhavana retreat that's coming up with Kate and Michelle. This is us choosing to step back from the consumer world and to turn our attention inward and to cultivate kindness, to cultivate wisdom, to cultivate presence, to cultivate yoniso manasikara, wise, deep attention. Mm. And if you're not able to sit retreat, uh, you're, we can still practice. We're here, awesome, and we're going to practice and cultivate that right here and right now. And we can do this every day. And it's not selfish, certainly not selfish, although it does support kindness and wisdom with this heart, body, mind. It's a powerful, revolutionary attending. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It really kind of once I'm talking about it, it's like, well, yeah, that's obvious. We know that. We know our attention is being bought and sold. But there's something about it that really struck me when I see the economics of it and the power of it, of our attention, and how we can take it back. And we can choose I think that's really powerful. And it makes me feel hopeful and energized that it's possible for a lot of us, the majority of us, and this can turn tides. Yeah, let's do it. Let's practice. Let's do it. So, short talk tonight. Adjust your adjust your posture, your space if you need to. I'm just going to mute while I have some water. All right. Hmm. So hopefully you feel some energy from this. And this is a very important quality for our practice is to feel some enthusiasm, some energy, some vibrancy, which fuels your intention. Intention guides our attention, what we intend to pay attention to. Hmm. We'll take some time here at the beginning to just settle into posture. And this is already revolutionary to pay attention to your body in this present moment. Let awareness just settle in and down and through and permeate your whole presence. Mind is pulling us into past and future and fantasy almost all the time. And the body is always right here, right now, in the center. Feel your presence by simply feeling the touch points, the sensations of the body. Where are you touching the supports that you're on? The ground, the floor, chair, couch, whatever surface you're on. How do you know you're there? Direct present moment experience. And then let your any tension that's in the body and your habit places of tension, perhaps shoulders, jaw, hands, belly, and let it drop into the support that's here for you. Soften down, rest into, receive this support. Flying into present moment, embodied awareness. from this, to whatever degree is available to you right now, this sensation of settling and presence, grounding, softening, widening, and then feel your uprightness, this energy in the back of the body, the spine, this uprightness that is your values, your sila, your morality, your ethics. How is it you want to move through the world and be a presence in this world? What are your values? Your backbone, your uprightness. Perhaps you resonate with the lay precepts of undertaking the trainings to refrain from causing harm, to refrain from taking what isn't freely offered, to refrain from causing harm through false speech and harsh speech, to refrain from causing harm with our sensuality and our sexuality. And to refrain from any harm caused by heedlessness, caused by intoxicants. What other values guide you? What other values have got your back? You might also feel this as the support of your wise ancestors, your ancestors that you may have never known that also had kind and generous and wise intentions. Whether they're your birth ancestors, your Dharma ancestors, your teachers of teachers, and feel that as this strength and support that is energizing your back body. Feel this sense of presence. And now we begin this practice of cultivating choice, choosing an anchor for your practice. Just one choice for the remainder of this sitting that you will return to when awareness moves away, as it does. You will know where you are beginning again. So lots of folks already have a cultivated anchor of their breath at their chosen resting place. If you don't already have that anchor, you could choose just feeling the sensation of your hands wherever they're resting right now. Feeling the sensations, lots of sensations in the hands. And then cultivate this as your choice. And feel the energy of this being revolutionary and counterculture for you to pay attention in this way to this chosen anchor. You may have noticed already that attention moves, may have moved to other thoughts of planning or remembering, wanting or not wanting, imagining, infinite variables. And the moment of noticing is a moment of awake awareness, and then we choose to remember and begin again. Recall your anchor and begin again with kind awareness. Training your beautiful and valuable commodity of attention. Now, this quality, this very important part of our practice, yoniso manasikara, is that we turn our attention with a purpose and we see thoroughly into the nature of things. So as you pay attention to your anchor, whether it's sensation of the hands or sensation of breath, see that moment by moment it is changing. Not as an idea, but as a direct experience. Notice the changing sensations, absolutely effervescent. And because our attention has been trained to be bored and restless easily, it requires that we turn up the curiosity, turn up the brightness and the energy to really pay attention moment by moment to this breath sensation or hand sensation. Each moment is unique. Another aspect of yoniso manasikara is not only deeply knowing the impermanence of all things, but seeing how they are also conditioned, affected, interrelated. If there was a loud sound in the environment right now, the breath would be affected, and the sensations in the hands would probably be affected as well. They're conditioned by circumstances beyond our control. Attention thoroughly and with purpose and with choice. Mm. Thank you for joining us for practice. And I'll put the link to that retreat down below on this YouTube recording. Thanks for practicing with us. We hope to see you again. And good luck with reclaiming your commodity of attention.